What is the future of intelligence in a world where AI is quickly becoming potentially smarter than we are as humans? And how can education prepare for this world? This is a question that Adam Minsky was wrestling with. And this is one that Sandra Igong, who works for the DeepMind group at Google, and I started discussing, and I couldn't get it off my mind. Indeed, what will be the future forms of intelligence that will emerge? What types of system models will be necessary? And how can education prepare for them? It is hard to argue that education today doesn't leave our learners prepared for this sort of future, as they will need to become prepared both for the professional future, where they will lead potentially teams that will be composed both of agents and AIs, and will need to exhibit skills of a much different order, such as, for instance, the meta skills that were spelled out in the World Economic Forum Core Skills 2030 report. And also, just as citizens and humans, how can they cope with the challenges that will come their way in their new world? And what is the role of education in preparing them? What are the models that are emerging? What work is going on to solve this? And what models are shown to be effective? In my conversations with leaders of higher ed institutions over the past years, this is one of the key questions they've been wrestling with. And I would love to dive into models around the world that are working or not working, and the experimentation that is going on in that field. Looking at a few examples, such as ASU, who developed an experiential learning model, really targeting the cognitive function at its core, beyond engagement, creating a model where retention of learning is proven to be more effective, or educational institutions around the world, such as, for instance, Instituto Tecnológico de Monterrey, that developed a quest-based model where students are called to solve real-life problems in collaborative settings live, enabling them to actually exhibit and develop a vast array of skills. These are the topics I've been working on, and I can't wait to dive into these discussions with you and explore this at South by Southwest.